Hi everyone, today I'm going to be showing you how I make sewn wefts. This is to make doll wigs with. I've got this lovely hair sent to me by my friend Kirsty, and I'm going to show you how to make a sewn weft with it. So if you wanted to glue the wefts, you literally lay it out like this on your, I use a plastic, what do you call them? You know, the plastic pockets you put documents in? I usually use one of those, and I spread the hair out like that and put a tiny bit of glue just on the end of the hair. Once it's dry, you can then glue it to your wig cap. But to make a sewn one, I'm going to show you how I make a sewn one today. So I want mine to be about half the width of this, so roughly half your hair each side. Spread it out. This is a bit long for what I want, so I'm just going to do it half the length. So I'm going to sew it up the middle. So spread it out evenly. And then you need some tape. This is what we call masking tape in the UK. It's a low tack paper tape. And I'm going to put a piece of it there. So this is paper in the background. This will stop your hair from tangling up your sewing machine and make it easier to sew. And then another little bit on the other side like that, just to hold it in place while you're sewing. And because it's low tack, it should pull off easily. So the next thing I'm going to do is do a line of stitching down the middle here. So in between the two lines of paper here, and I'm going to do a zigzag all the way down. I'm then going to turn round and go back again. Here we are. I may even go back again just for luck. I want it to be nice and dense, that's sewing. There we are, because you need to stitch that onto your wig cap, so you need to have a firm base. If you look on the back, you can see how good your stitching is, whether it's thick enough or not. Keep going until you're happy with that. Then we take the paper from one side. It should come off fairly easily because it's low tack. And then what we're going to do is fold this hair over like this, and we're going to stitch down there again, so that'll double the thickness of the hair, because I've done it quite thin, as you can see. That'll double the thickness of the hair if we bring it over like that, and it'll make the wefts the right length, the length that I want them to be. So do it a little bit at a time. Start at one end, do a little bit at a time. This hair is so fine and soft that it folds over really well. You'll find if you're using nylon hair that it's stronger and it doesn't fold over so well, so you have to go more slowly with that. Now let's see. And then just the next bit, pull it down, make sure it's straight, sew it on, and again with the next bit. And then the next bit. all the way to the end, and then repeat. Go over that line of stitching again just to strengthen it. There we are, so that's my wefts made. So the next thing we do is make sure you cut all your threads off so that you haven't got threads mixed in with your weft. Take your other piece of tape off. And then tear off your paper. You can use tissue paper for this rather than, I've just got some scrap waste paper here that I'm using. And it does just stop the hair jamming up your machine, and it makes it easier to sew it. So what I'm going to be using my wefts for is to add a parting to this wig that I've got made already. So to make a parting for a wig, get your wefts or weft and fold it in half like this. I saw this done on someone restoring a vintage doll on YouTube, and I thought, oh, I bet that'll work for any doll really. So this is how I do it. And you need to stitch a straight line as close to that zigzag stitching as you can. Doing it on the paper again so it doesn't jam up my machine. You can see it's not easy to do, this bit isn't, because it'll try and move it far further away, and you want to get it as near to that edge, as near to that zigzag stitching as you can without actually going through the zigzagging. Put it on a straight stitch and put it on a small stitch. And just take your time and stitch along there. It will move about, it's shiny and it's silky, it will move around, so just really carefully stitch a line as close to that zigzag as possible. Obviously the longer you want your parting, the longer you need your wefts to be. I'm only doing it on a tiny wig, so I only need a short piece. When you've done that, tear it away from the paper. Trim your threads. And I'm planning on doing 2 layers, but how I do it is I open this bit out like this, lay it on the head like this, open it out like this and stitch that down into position, and then you can open up your hair and you have a nice neat parting. So yeah, that's just how to do a sewn parting in your doll wig. So I hope that was useful to someone. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.